Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy. Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy. Can't you see she's spittin' nerdy? Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy.
Hey guys, I talk a lot on this channel about what to do to be fit and healthy, how to eat, how to exercise, how to get enough sleep, how to reduce your stress, etc. So I thought it was about time to make a video about things that you shouldn't do and habits that you can quit to help you get more fit and healthy. Building new habits, especially around a healthy lifestyle, can be extraordinarily difficult. It takes a lot of dedication, it takes quite a bit of motivation in the beginning, and it can just be very challenging. But that kind of also goes for breaking habits and breaking out of certain mentalities. If you're stuck in a negative thought loop around your body or exercise or health in general, it can be very, very difficult to break out of this and to readjust your mindset. It takes a lot of self-awareness, it takes a lot of self-reflection, and a lot of honesty with yourself, because a lot of different mentalities are going to be impossible to change if you aren't honest with yourself about what your current mentality is. If it's not such a great mentality, you need to be aware of that and accept that, and then learn how to move forward from there. This will make a little bit more sense once I get into this video a bit, but I just wanted to start out with my first tip because I am off to the gym right now, and the first thing that I want to encourage you to stop doing is to stop forcing yourself to do exercise that you hate. While I do strongly advocate for resistance training as one of the best ways to keep you healthy now and long term, the most important thing when it comes to staying healthy now and long term is just general movement. If, for example, you think, Marissa says I need to lift to be healthy, so I need to go lift, but I absolutely detest lifting. And if that results in you sitting on the couch 6 days a week and maybe going to the gym once to kind of get through a workout, but you hate it and so you aren't putting in a ton of effort, then that is nowhere near as good for you as if you love swimming and you could be dedicated to doing that 5 to 6 days a week. I used to think that my only option for exercise was cardio. So when I finally had mustered up the motivation to go to the gym, I would just go in there, get on the elliptical, and just kill myself for like an hour, and it sucked and I hated it, and so I never wanted to go back. I never had any desire to go exercise because I hated what I thought I needed to be doing for exercise. And then finally, thanks to some very amazing female fitness YouTubers, I discovered the world of lifting, and literally everything changed for me. I started lifting and I completely fell in love with it. It made me feel strong, it made me feel powerful, and it made me want to go to the gym. I have found a mode of exercise that compels me to go to the gym rather than me forcing myself to go to the gym. And finding that is absolutely key to starting your fitness journey and maintaining your fitness journey. It can be swimming, it can be parkour, it can be yoga, it can be going on long walks around your neighborhood to search for cats, like I do. So if you don't really enjoy your current mode of exercise and it's a struggle to get to the gym, I encourage you to spend the next few months just trying random other kinds of exercise. It can be dance, it can be training to be like a strong man, it can be karate or Brazilian jiu-jitsu, or joining your neighborhood's kickball team. Just find something that excites you and makes you want to go do it. And if it's something that isn't super active, like maybe participating in your neighborhood's kickball team, having that excitement for that exercise may end up sparking you to want to do more other kinds of exercise to supplement that, to get even better, just because that activity excites you. I woke up not too long ago and have not eaten anything, so I am training relatively fasted today as far as insulin response goes. I am about to take 2 supplements. The first one is essential amino acids. You guys know that I'm not the biggest fan of branch chain amino acids. Amino acids in general don't show very much benefit if you're not training in a fasted state, but if you are training fasted, there may be some benefit from taking amino acids, but branch chain amino acids are not all amino acids, and it has been shown that an imbalance in amino acids can cause a whole host of issues, including like depression. So I prefer to take essential amino acids. I've taken these like twice, so I'm not really sure how they're going to affect my workout yet. I can't really speak to their effectiveness for me personally, but as far as the research goes, I trust essential amino acids a little bit more. And then I'm also taking rhodiola. If you saw my, I think my Science Sunday, my last Science Sunday post, the one before, I talked about how rhodiola has actually been shown to potentially be even more effective than coffee as far as enhancing your performance in the gym. So I'm going to take 2 of these. Serving size is 1, but I might take 2 because that's a small dosage. But Marissa, you said that if you take literally anything during your fast, you're breaking your fast. Just want to clarify really quick that I am intermittent fasting today, which means I do not expect to achieve autophagy, which is where I would worry about consuming other things like this breaking my fast. Right now, basically the only benefit that I'm seeking to get out of intermittent fasting is maintaining my insulin sensitivity, so I just want to avoid anything that would spike my insulin. Neither of these should do that, especially in the doses that I just took. Okay, now it's time to go lift some heavy things. That workout was fantastic. I love fasted workouts so much, and I'm so glad that they're going so well for me right now. I did just check my blood ketone levels, and I'm in the optimal ketosis range. I think I had about 2 millimoles of ketones in my blood, so that might explain why my workouts are going so well, because I'm in ketosis and I have fuel to fuel my workouts. So I think that's just kind of interesting to note. And then speaking of workouts, the next tip that I want to give you guys with regard to what not to do is to not punish yourself or feel bad for missing a workout or for eating a bad meal. If you think about exercise and diet in the context of your entire life, it becomes a lot easier to kind of separate yourself from these things and not think that one off day is going to mess everything up for you. When you realize that you have 60, 70, 80 years ahead of you, one day isn't gonna make a difference. And honestly, you don't even have to have like a good excuse to be missing your workout. If you just miss one workout, if you've been consistent for the last few months and you just missed one workout because you just didn't feel like it, you're gonna be fine. And learning to understand that you're gonna be totally fine and not punish yourself for it and not feel guilty about it totally changes your relationship with yourself, with health, and with exercise. And when you start punishing yourself for behaviors that you see as bad, that's when you get caught in the yo-yo trap of trying to compensate for something that you did and then making it extreme and then having to go to other extremes, and then it's not fun. So my advice is to stop punishing yourself, accept the fact that you're human. Obviously, it's not good if every day is a bad day, if every day you're skipping the gym and having pizza and ice cream for dinner, but you shouldn't be scared to not go to the gym, and you shouldn't be scared of pizza and ice cream. So now I just have some chocolate spice oatmeal cooking for breakfast. The last week or so, I've just been craving oatmeal. My staple breakfast is eggs with some sort of veggies and like avocado, but for some reason that just hasn't sounded so great to me this last week, so I've been rolling with it, just having oatmeal. You guys know that oatmeal hasn't been my first choice for quite a while. It used to be my first choice. It used to be what I had every single day after my workout. Maybe it's because I'm training fasted now, and that's what I used to do, and I used to always have oatmeal afterwards, and so that's what my body's craving. I don't know, but either way, I'm having oatmeal. I haven't been craving eggs, so in this oatmeal, I just have, you know, oats, because that's what makes the oatmeal. I put in a tablespoon of flaxseed, about a tablespoon of chia seeds, just to add a little bit more protein and fat. Then to make it chocolatey, I use a little bit of the Primal Kitchen Collagen Fuel and a little bit of extra cacao powder. For spices, just a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg, and then just a little bit of coconut nectar from the farmer's market for sweetener, and then I will be topping it with some hemp seeds and some shredded coconut. And voila! I also decided to throw a little bit of peely nut butter, aka crack butter, in the pumpkin spice flavor on top just because it's delicious. So my next tip actually has to do with eating breakfast and lunch and dinner and eating basically anything. And that is to stop letting yourself be distracted while you're eating. And this is something that I'm personally working on a lot too. But if you can eliminate all distractions like TV, scrolling through Instagram or other social media, and just focus on the food that's in front of you and focus on how it's making your body feel, you will learn so much about your own hunger signals and satiety signals, and you'll be so much more in touch with your body. And this is especially important if you want to learn how to eat intuitively, because when you're distracted when you're eating, it's so easy to just keep eating and keep eating and keep eating and not be conscious of what you're putting in your body. If you're guilty of mindless snacking, chances are you're mindlessly snacking while you're doing something else. Even if it's homework, I don't recommend eating while you're doing homework either, because you get bored and you just want to keep eating as something to do. Mealtime can be a great time to be social, to engage with your friends and family, but conversations with real people don't take you out of your body and out of your mind as much as TV or social media does. So if you struggle at all with overeating or mindless snacking or snacking late at night, I highly encourage you to make sure that whenever you are putting anything in your mouth, to make sure there's no other distractions around. Make your decision to keep eating conscious rather than an unconscious compulsion to just keep eating as you're scrolling through Instagram. Allow yourself to be aware of what you're eating and how it's making you feel. And lastly, don't let TV or social media be an excuse to keep eating. If you know that every time you sit down in front of the TV with a giant bag of chips that you eat the whole thing, then making the decision to sit down in front of the TV with the bag of chips is an excuse to allow yourself to eat the whole thing. So while you're eating, ditch the TV, ditch the work, ditch the homework, ditch the social media, focus on food, focus on being with friends and family if you're having a social meal time, and just be aware. I'm out for a walk on this lovely afternoon to hunt some cats. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you are missing out on all of the adorable fluffy little cats that I share on my story that I see when I'm walking. Come here. Hi, friend. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the next thing that I think is really a good idea to stop doing if you want to be the best, healthiest, fittest version of yourself, and that is to stop defining other people as body goals. I get comments on my Instagram, not super frequently, but frequently enough, where people say, oh my god, such body goals, I want to look like you, blah blah blah. To me, you know, that's a huge compliment, and I take it as a compliment, but I never really know how to respond, because aspiring to look like someone else is not a realistic or achievable goal, nor is it a particularly healthy goal, because you're not me, you're not Whitney Simmons, you're not Heidi Summers, you're not Naturally Stephanie, you're you. And you have a bunch of unique characteristics that make you a fantastic human being. But even as far as genetics and bone structure go, you have your own individual genetics and bone structure. So setting out to try to look like someone else is literally unachievable, unattainable, and will ultimately and always result in failure. And it will always set you up to feel discouraged and feel like you aren't good enough because you're putting in so much hard work and not getting the results you want, because the results that you want are impossible. And even if you're not trying to look like someone in particular, but you're like, I want her butt and her shoulders and her thighs and her calves, you're also not Frankenstein. What you can do though is look at yourself as an individual with the body that you have, and look at where your strengths are, what you really love about your body, and work to accentuate those. And you can look at where your weaknesses are and where your physique might be lacking a little bit for your taste, and work to correct that in a way that works with your body, not trying to change it into a different body. For example, my shoulders are decently big. I think they look pretty good on my body. I like them, and so when I'm in the gym, one of my focuses is building them up just a wee bit more, just to make them pop, you know, accentuate the feature that I like. Same with my butt, you know. I don't have the biggest butt in the world, but I got a little booty, and I kind of like how it sits on my body, and so when I'm in the gym, I work on accentuating that. Where my physique is definitely lacking, in my opinion, is my hamstrings. So I've added quite a bit of extra volume to my hamstrings in an effort to just make them more defined and make them a little bit bigger. And don't get me wrong, it's totally fine to set goals. It's totally fine to see someone with super awesome shoulders and be like, oh my god, I would love to have super awesome shoulders like that. It's just that when that specific physique becomes your metric as to whether or not you have succeeded or failed, that's when it starts to not be super healthy. Hi, kitty. Guys, I made a new friend. So cute. You can't follow me away from your house. No, go home. Bro, I can't take you. You have a very loving family. Back from my walk, a little bit hungry, but I want to have dinner in like 2 hours, so it is snack time. I have an entire cucumber, some baby carrots, half of a red bell pepper with some kava spicy pepper hummus, spicy hummus. It's real good. This used to be my like go-to come home from school snack in college. I also have laundry to put away, so excuse me while I do my chores while I talk to you. I want to give you guys a quick tip relevant to that snack that I just showed you, and that is to stop seeing food as purely protein, fat, and carbs, because food is so much more than that. While it is super important to make sure you're consuming enough protein and fat, because a deficiency in either one of those is bad news bears, it's also important to remember that that's not the only reason that you need to consume food. You don't just need the protein, fat, and carbs from food. You need all of the micronutrients, the vitamins, and the minerals. And looking at food as not only protein, fat, and carbs, but also as containing a bunch of vitamins and minerals allows you to see food in a much different and much healthier way. So for example, for someone who looks at food purely as the macronutrients, the proteins, fats, carbs, they would look at my snack that I just showed you and go, oh, good job, that's very low calories and low carb, and it's very filling. Whereas I don't personally see that as the biggest benefit of that snack. What I see as the benefit is the vast amount of micronutrients that I am intaking with all of those vegetables. I'm not limited to congratulating myself for making it low calorie. I can congratulate myself for making it high nutrient. And once you see food as having all of the different benefits that it does rather than just having macronutrients, you can appreciate it so much more and you can make your food decisions so much more wisely. You can start to see food as a positive rather than something that you have to carefully control or as a negative. For dinner, I'm just heating up a little bit of leftover chicken curry that I made with my boyfriend the other night. It's literally the same exact chicken curry that I made a few videos ago with my mom. And this gives us time for one last super quick tip, which is to stop looking for quick fixes. Now, I have harped on about this countless times, so I will spare you the huge lecture, but in short, if you keep looking for quick fixes and quick weight loss strategies like doing a prolonged fast or doing a juice cleanse or a detox or something like that, those things are not effective in the long term. They result in a yo-yoing back and forth, just extreme diet to extreme weight gain, and you go back and forth, and it's not effective. Again, if you look at things in the context of the idea that you're going to be alive for the next 60 to 80 years, 1 year, working hard for 1 year to get to where you want to be is extremely insignificant. And if you put in that 1 year of effort, the rest of your life will just be so much easier, rather than if you try to put in 4 days of extreme effort and then you just crash and burn and you yo-yo back and forth for the next 80 years. Take this year, focus on you, make the you want to be, and then for the next 80 years, you'll have that you, and you'll be fine and dandy. And that is my last tip, so I think I'm going to end the video here. I hope these tips were helpful for you. If you guys have any other tips of things that you quit in order to get healthier, please do feel free to share them down in the comments below so that we can all learn from each other. In the meantime, please do give this video a big thumbs up because it really does support me and my channel, and I really do appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends and your family and your fitness buddies. Subscribe for more videos. Hit the notification button so you don't miss those videos, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.